Okay, and we are here. Yes, so happy birthday to the student TC, which is very fun. A whole year old, very, very elderly. Yes, so it is the student TC's first birthday today. Um, so I decided it'd be a good idea if we could celebrate it. So I think we'll just start off the stream with a bit of a year recap. Yes. So what happened in March? Well, the Student TC was officially founded, um, and we started gathering some people to help with it. Yes, and then April, we it was getting a little bit more traction. We had the YouTube channel was set up, everything. The logo change here must have happened. Uh, I don't know how many people remember the first Student TC logo. Um, yes, let's read the article. What does the article say? Toaster Student TC as it was at the time changes logo. The head of project, Jack Evans, and deputy head of project, Noah Smith, have decided to change the logo made by Jack Evans to a recently made logo by Zach Pulford, uh, although Jack making the group chat logos for the WhatsApp chat. That never actually happened. There was never actually a video announcement, and then we had a form. That's cool. Um, yeah. So April we started. I believe I started sending the pestering people in April as well, or the organisation started pestering people with emails being sent to candidates for Police Fire Crime Commissioner, of which no candidates responded. How helpful is that? Um, and then May is the next month on the calendar. I don't remember if there was too much going on in May. I think we have there's a newsletter article here. Quite calm, as I said. Um, there was just the election of the Northamptonshire Police Fire Crime and Commissioner, developing electoral services. Wow, must have been very advanced for us back then. I don't know how, there probably must have been four of us working then, which has gone up by, I think, two. But yes, we'll be expanding later this year, which I will come on to soon. But what happened in June? Are there any news articles to jog my memory? No, I think June was quite quiet. I can let me see. I probably should have been a bit more prepared for this. Um, I will go find out anything happened in June. It was major, always notable. That's August, that's April. June. Oh, June was when the parliamentary candidates, of course, yes. Uh, Parliamentary candidates were coming out, so we sent out each So we sent one to every single candidate on the South Northamptonshire ballot, along with, I think, the campaign chairs for each one. So yes, I think we got a response. Oh, moving on to July, we got a response from Sarah Bull on the 3rd of July. So bearing in mind this was about a day or two before the general election. Um, so she was still a candidate. Um, shall I read the email out? I hope I can. Dear Jack, thank you very much for your email. I am incredibly proud to have been selected as the Conservative candidate for South Northamptonshire. I have enjoyed speaking to many residents on the doorsteps and looking forward to meeting more before the general election tomorrow. Please be assured that if I am fortunate enough to be elected, I would happy to meet with you to discuss what you would like to implement to the town council. It is so important to listen to what students have to say, and I would appreciate to talk through your ideas. Thank you again for the email with best wishes, Sarah. Um, yes, and then that was mostly July. With then Sarah Ball did get elected the next day. Um, and then August, um, we were working try get a meeting with Sarah Ball behind the scenes. So we had one from one of her employees, Luke Greystone, who I believe is her policy thingy. I can't remember the exact title. Um, yeah, so we were working closely behind the scenes, and then the actual meeting happened on the 30th. There's an article here in our news section. Uh, yeah, so I represented the student EC and went to meet Sarah. It was very a good meeting, and we spoke about it a lot in the project leadership group chat. Um, and yes, we have had a good working relationship ever since. Uh, it, maybe it's also notable to say that Councillor Maggie Clubley for the Toaster Road ward was also there, um, and she's also a town councillor on Toaster Town Council, so that's also quite good. Um, yeah, it was posted on her Facebook in early September. Um, and then we also got published in a local magazine in September. That was, I hope, very good for getting information about the organisation out there. Um, and then there was, well, it's probably important to say that um, me and Town Councillor Klaus Bond have been communicating over the entire period up to this point, and we were starting to make some headway in September. Um, yes, so um, it was we were making headway with the town council with Klaus Bond, who is a very who has been a very avid supporter of the student TC, have been trying to gather support for us within the town council. We set up the external advisory board in September, who is led by the deputy head of project, Noah. That's good. yes, more corresponding with Councillor Bond. Yes, what else? I think that's it for September. Oh, apart from we officially got published on the 29th. No, I think that was an early release actually. I think October was when the actual um the actual Grass magazine came out, and that kind of hopefully gathered support from people across the kind of rural areas outside of Toaster. Um, yes, so that was good on in October, and then the expansion department was founded in October. You had to remember that. Um, so yes, so we had been. Actually, I don't think this information has been released yet, but why not tell you all, as we're 1 year into the student TC. Yeah, so the expansion department was founded actually in late October. So we had 3 months to prepare to split the organisation into Brackley and Toaster, having previously only been based out of Toaster. Um, so we had started preparing with maths and figures for that. Um, yes, started gathering a bit of money, which we probably need more of, um, considering we've got less than £20 in our entire budget. Um, still up to this day. Uh, yes. I think that must be all for October. We started having regular project leadership meetings in November. Um, so that, yeah, which, yes. And then I think the organisation emailed the Youth Summit, Northampton Youth Summit in November. So we had a bit, yes, and we were also informed more about that by the youth coordinator in West Northants Council, who we try and work closely alongside. Uh, yes, so because that happened in about, I think it was the 11th of November. Well, no, none of us actually attended because the it's held in the Guildhall, so there's not overly much space. It only has about 350 student attendance rate. Um, I think this was the time where we started the Youth Forum report as well, if I remember correctly. That, yes, and then in late November, I believe, no, early December, um, we we had a online meeting with Klaus Bond, who kind of gave us his end of what was happening in the town council and was helping us, was discussing what he thought our best route was in the town council and just generally. So after that, we decided to try get more involved with the leadership of the local school of Toaster Spawn. And then, yes, we did that. Again, our second project leadership meeting, and then January, probably one of our busiest months um, ever. So we started, I think the best thing to go with, to start with, is the districts being founded. So Brackley and Toaster, that was quite big, and we'd been working on that for quite a while. Yes, so we had to internally get some interim district heads uh, to do this, to become interim until until a later date, which I don't know if I'm allowed to disclose until April. Um, yes, so um, that was the first thing, and then we thought we should do a project leadership meeting kind of after that, quite quickly, to see how audience reaction to that was. And then we then hired a the deputy head of engagement, because the engagement department is going to be one of the most important um, coming up. So we hired a deputy head of engagement to work under Noah, and then we hired a CFO, and then it was um, then we had uh, two major things happen in one day, which is quite fun. So we had we went into Spawn, well, and spoke to the head teacher, Graham Forbes. Uh, yeah, we discussed the student TC with him, and what the school's involvement could be. So we hope to progress with that in the future. And then we got then and then the second thing that happened that day was Sarah Ball came to Spawn to give an assembly, and so she actually hand she got the student TC to talk about themselves. So there are about 220 people in the room, and the student TC had about a minute to do a brief overview of the student TC. So that was good for student reach. Um, and then that was quite late in January, so I think we're moving on to February. Um, which, let's have a look. No, nothing major in early February, but in late February um we had news from a official press release, which that West Northant Council had decided to take our advice and uh, use the and get involved with the National Youth Parliament. I believe, I don't know, trying to find who they partnered with. partnership with Clubs for Young People Northamptonshire to do this. And all the information will be put on the Youth Forum page for West Northamptonshire Council. So that was late February. So that was interesting. We only received it through the press release, though. Um, and then that basically just takes us to today, which is the 9th of March. And that is a whole year explained in about 20 minutes, which I didn't expect to take us that long. Um, but yes, shall we move on to the team? I think that would be fun to just look at the team. Um, this page is relatively old. Yeah. So Noah is the deputy head of project, and he is also the um, runs the engagement department. So yeah, that's he runs the engagement department, which does a lot of things. So it tries to look for advertisement for students, tries to get organisations engaged, and but a lot more to come. And then there's Oliver, who runs the media department, which is helps helps the engagement department with its promotion of things. And we are relaunching the Student TC podcast in April. I think I'm allowed to disclose. And yes, him and moving on to Taylor will be running the podcast. Taylor is he was kind of the second member really of the Student TC, built the website from scratch, and his deputy head of the media department. So he kind of assists Oliver and will be co-hosting the podcast um, pretty soon. And then, because this page hasn't been updated in a while, there we have Alex, who is the deputy head of engagement. So, of course, the engagement department is quite a big task to run. So, we now have a deputy head of engagement to help with that. And then there is Leo, our CFO, who is trying to get us money basically, because who knew running a non-profit organization was so hard to afford things, which, yeah, we need things, surprisingly enough. So that is the team, who have been working very hard for the last year to get this show off the ground. Um, so I think we should talk about the the short-term future of the organisation. Um, so obviously we are trying to relaunch the Student TC podcast, so that will be good. Hopefully we can that kind of brings to light some things. Hopefully we can also get some people um, in the democracy space to come on the podcast, and yes, that would be good if we could interview them and things. Uh, so yeah, that would be an interesting step, and I believe that's what the media department are quite hoping to happen with the podcast, is to get some interviews as well as discussing just just the other things for students. Um, Yes, so that's the media department short term future with no the expansion department's future I would say no not expansion engagement department's future um is definitely to increase membership size. So you've got the membership form on the website here. So it just asks for some information. It does ask for this kind of information because we want it to be accurately student based. So it's kind of good. So there's obviously only a select number of years between 18 and 11. Um, and then, yeah, you've got months, nothing date wise. I don't think that's particularly important. It's just trying to get an accurate student data. And a new thing is being a paid member. I haven't really got my head around what we're going to do for that, but it would be nice. It's like you can pay £1 a year just just to give to this organisation, which would help more than just £1 would greatly benefit. But I think there's a couple options on there. I think if you do select yes, it takes you on to another section. If you select no, it's completely fine. Um, and then yeah, that's kind of finance as well wrapped into engagement. So hopefully we can secure some investment from people, organisations that would be good, some donations from just regular people. Um, and then expansion, we have a new district on the way, as shown, I believe, in a scheduled stream on here. No, I don't want this one, I want this one. Um, if we go here, you've got the new district announcement coming on the 22nd of March. So that'll be fun. So that's kind of short term, um, yeah, short term expansion department. And then have we gone through the list of part departments? We've got media, finance, expansion, and engagement. I believe that's it. I probably should know my departments off by heart by this point. I'll just double check this. Yes, 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 yes. So that's good. I don't know how much about a long term future I can say without giving away some exciting things. Um, but there are definitely some exciting things. I think a lot of it will be announced in early April time, so that will be fun. So if you want to kind of keep checking the channels in April and things, the website, that's good. Um, yeah, so I think that's kind of a good kind of overview of the last year, the team, what the future looks like. So, yeah, I think we can, it's safe to say we can kind of end it there for that good half an hour stream. Uh, I hope you all enjoyed the last year of Student TC, and there will be many more to come. Um, And yes, a big thank you to the whole team and everybody, counsellors and Sarah Ball and everybody that has put their weight behind this. Um, yes, it means a lot to everybody that has been working so hard to put this together. Um, yeah, so that's that. Thank you very much for listening to me talk about all the exciting things of the past and the future. Yes, thank you. And hopefully, we will see you at some point in the future.